The UFC Heavyweight Champion, the baddest man on the world, is Stipe Miocic. We have not seen him in action since September. That fantastic win over Alistair Overeem in Cleveland. I'm looking at my Twitter mentions here. My New York Knicks just lost in heartbreaking fashion to the Atlanta Hawks, and I have a bone to pick with Mr. Stipe Miocic on the same level as heartbreaking losses for the New York Knicks, but on a different level. Let's bring him in now, and I'll explain what I'm talking about. Mr. Miocic, are you there?
Yes, I am.
It's good to talk to you. It's been a while. How are you?
Good, yeah, it's been a while. Just been pretty busy.
Yeah, you're happy that your Indians got Edwin Encarnacion, aren't you?
We are.
What's up with that? I mean, the Indians don't sign free agents. Why do you got to take our guy? Well, like you guys are good. You're healthy. You made it to the World Series Game 7. Why do you have to take our guy? And you rub it in my face. That hurt.
It's what we do, man. So we got to do something. We didn't win the World Series, right?
Yeah. Did that hurt? Like, have you enjoyed enough success as a Clevelander to where you were kind of like, you know what? It sucks. We haven't won in like 50-something years, but it's been a good year. I'm not going to be so sad about it.
Well, no, I mean, we had a great year. Of course, it would have been great if the Indians would have won it, but next year's going to be a better year for us, so I'm not really worried about it too much. But we had a great year. Cleveland was finally got something we needed, and you needed it so bad. You have no idea.
They needed. You think they needed the Indians win, like the Cavs win, your success, just the revival. That wasn't enough. You think they really needed that win?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think if we're the guy, it would have been amazing. But I think just everyone's so happy because no one gave them a chance. No one thought they were going to do good.
Huh. What was it like for you, as someone who's so proud of being a Clevelander, being from that area? You became kind of the mascot of the city. I mean, you're out there rubbing elbows with LeBron and these guys, and you're getting credit from major outlets for starting this. Was that surreal?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was just crazy going to the Indians game and hanging out with the Cavs and going, watching the Cavs take BP one day and talking to them for the World Series and just meet the it's been surreal, man. I've been lucky.
Did they like when you're hanging and taking photos with LeBron and J.R. Smith and these guys? Are they very well aware of who you are and what you've accomplished? Oh
yeah, definitely. They were asking me questions just like I was asking them questions about the NBA.
What's been the coolest byproduct of you becoming champion? Someone you met and experienced something like that. What's the coolest thing that's happened?
There's so many cool things that have happened. I don't know. I'm trying to think. It's just kind of do stuff like going to the Cavs. First game, when they got the rings, going to the World Series, going to bounce practice, just like being part of Cleveland, I guess.
But the thing is, like, very few, like, people win belts and they go back and they have their next. You were in the Cavs parade. You're taking batting practice and hitting home runs. You're hanging out with LeBron. Like, for you, it was a whole different level. And then your first title defense is in Cleveland. You have been and you're getting married last year. Like, this, you couldn't have scripted a year like this for a local guy, and then to get this kind of attention and love in Cleveland. It was an amazing story to watch unfold. But I correct me if I'm wrong, I would imagine you didn't actually believe that this all would happen, right? Like all those things happening in a row, all those things happening to you as a result of being UFC champion.
No, not at all. I would never think of that happening. Like being in the parade and, stuff like that. Thinking being in the Indians, man, just, what's the things are all about, man. It was crazy, I'm just grateful, I would never be ungrateful for it, and just so happy that I got to do it.
Are you disappointed that, any other year you're surefire fighter of the year, but so many fighters had so many, great performances this year, and Bisping and Amanda Nunes and Cody and Connor, that you didn't get as many awards, votes, etc. in different media outlets, fighter of the year conversation? Does that bug you?
No, not at all.
You alluded to it on Twitter. You seemed a little bit, or were you kind of joking?
Oh, just messing around, man. Just like you said, my mom's just happy that I did well, and I'm our fighter of the year. That's all I care about. Looking
at the landscape, though, do you think that you should have been fighter of the year?
Honestly, I don't care. It's just an award. I'm just happy to be the champ and keep winning.
How often do you think back and look back at that night in September in Cleveland? To me, you came across like a superstar. You came across like larger than life, the way they exploded for you, treated you. One of the greatest crowds I've ever, experienced in person. Do you think about it a lot? Do you watch that fight a lot?
Oh yeah, I'm just feeling the vibe of watching the fans go crazy. It's just it's a Cleveland thing, man. It's what we do.
Do you feel life has changed, like the way people react to you and treat you when you're walking around? Like, did you feel your star power go up a notch after that performance because you did it in Cleveland?
Maybe. I don't know. Cleveland, they just they back each other up. Just loyalty, and I think I don't know about the star power. Like I said, I'm just here to win fights, and like I'm Novocaine, give it time, it's going to work, and slowly but surely it will. How
do you explain the Browns? All this success, all this good fortune for everyone else but them. What's going on?
Today was this year was an off year. I think the one coach, thanks. The one coach, he's an amazing coach, man. He's got the right mentality. He's just a lot of guys are hurt, and don't be surprised about next year.
Oh,
when you do well.
We've got a Stipe prediction.
Yeah, man, we didn't do well, man. I think we're going to do a lot better than last year. So.
All right, I like the positivity. What's your take on the state of the heavyweight division? Because it does feel like it's a bit of a mess right now. We thought that Kane Verdum would lead to the number one contender fight. And Spot, but they obviously didn't fight at 207. So, who is on your radar right now?
I mean, whoever they want me to fight, man. I never denied a fight. I'm here to fight whoever they want me to. So, I mean, whoever else he wants. That's how I've always done it.
Have they even reached out to you yet about, a potential next fight, a potential next opponent?
No, not yet. They're just talking about maybe May.
Fighting in May?
Yeah.
Does that work with your schedule? Do you like that idea, or do you want to fight sooner?
Definitely. I told him sooner, but he said May. So I said, okay, I'm not going to say no. I mean, it gives me more time to practice and get better.
I'm of the opinion that every single one of your title defenses should be in Cleveland because of the reception. I mean, they sold it out. It was loud. They bought a lot of tickets. Why would you fight anywhere else? Do you agree?
True, 100%. I believe it too. We'll see. Hopefully, the next one after I defend this one, he'll be at Cleveland again. Oh,
so it's because typically the May card, although you did win in Brazil in May, typically it's like Memorial Day weekend, the May pay-per-view, and that's in Vegas. So is it not looking like your next fight will be in Cleveland?
Probably not.
Oh, that's a bummer. I thought a Cleveland card headlined by Stipe and Cody Garbrandt, the new champion, Ohio boy, that would sell like in 4 seconds.
Yeah, I know it would. Definitely would have done, But it's like I said, man, it's what the UFC wants, and whoever they want me to fight, I'll fight.
Are you too nice? Should you put your foot down and say, no, I need to go back to Cleveland. Look how good it did.
Oh, of course. I mean, they don't care. They want to fight where they want to fight. Whatever's best for them at that time. Because now we have the situation where Verdum is being offered to JDS and it appears as though he turned it down. Who do you like? Do you have anyone that's even on the radar? There is really no clear-cut number one contender. No, it's like I said, I'll fight anyone. Whoever you actually put in front of me, I'll fight.
Really? So you don't even have a preference, or you don't have any inkling as to who that fighter will be?
No. So like I said, man, I don't really care, man. I'll fight whoever you want me to fight. And I'm champ for a reason, and I'll fight. I love fighting. It's what I do.
There's been this trend lately where guys, they win the belt and then they start asking for super fights, big money fights, new contracts, things like that. Do you feel like you are, being treated like a big time champion? Do you like the way that they're compensating you these days?
I definitely can be better. I mean, my last fight, my challenger made more money than me.
Wow. The Overeem fight?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that going into the fight, or only found out about it afterwards?
After.
What was your reaction?
Terrible. Like, things definitely give you a change. Something's going to change. It's not really fair.
Of course, yeah. Especially since you were the draw, the guy who sold out the arena.
Yeah, exactly. And they gave the contender more money.
Wow. Have you expressed that to the UFC?
100%.
What'd they say?
It's just a mess right now, so we'll just leave it at that.
Oh, so are you trying to work out a new deal?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, and do they seem receptive to it?
We'll find out.
Do you feel like you're asking for something that's unfair? Clearly not.
No, definitely not. I mean, definitely not being unfair. Not looking like for a couple million or anything like that, but definitely getting compensated for, winning the belt, defending the belt in my hometown, and also the guy making more money than me it's unheard of. That's terrible.
Yeah, and so when you ask them for a justification for this, what you're laying out, what do they say to you?
Blah 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 blah. They just make up some excuse.
Huh?
But that's a contract you signed.
So would it be fair to say you're frustrated right now?
Of course.
Is this why you're not fighting until May?
No.
Like, would you have preferred to fight earlier?
Well, I told them I would,
Okay.
But they said no.
Buffalo's not that far away from Cleveland, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what they want,
Are you far apart right now in those contract talks?
I my manager's taking care of it. My team's taking care of it right now, so they really haven't got too deep in it, but we'll find out.
Okay. Is it fair to say that you're on the contract that you were on before winning the belt, and as a result of defending the belt once, you think things should change?
Oh, that definitely should change, but the fact that my challenger, made more money in the last fight was just kind of a slap in the face.
Yeah. Wow. Had you known that going into the fight, would you have tried to change that?
Oh, of course. I mean, I think that's, it's not really fair. You're making money off me in my hometown, and you're giving the man that's a challenger that has never won the title and that in the UFC, you're giving him more money.
Do you think part of the problem in the sport is that we don't truly know what everyone is making, so it's hard to gauge? Like, if you're a basketball player, you know what the other top point guards are making, so you could sort of gauge your market value. In MMA, you don't, because everything is private.
Well, it's private to an extent, and until after the fight. But I just, I felt like, just felt like I was kind of crapped on a little bit. I just, I try to, do what's right and work with them, and they just didn't give me a great deal. And that's my own fault. But also they knew what they were doing. They took my kindness for weakness.
Really? What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, I was just working with them, trying to work with them. Just didn't want to cause any rifts or any rifts in with the staff. And they gave me, I thought it was a good deal. They told me it was the best deal they could do, and I said, "Oh, okay, great." And then come to find it wasn't.
So you feel like you were kind of this company guy doing everything that they were asking you to, and as a result, you got this deal that maybe wasn't favorable to you. And if you would make more noise, cause a stink, that wouldn't happen. In hindsight,
there's no question. Yeah, there's no question. Of course, they want that, but I'm also the heavyweight champ. The best man on the planet. So that's definitely a little bit more pulling power.
Of course. And you defended the title, and you sold out the arena. How many heavyweight champions have done that?
Mm-hmm.
You want me to come in there and do the talks, or what?
No, then I'll probably get laid off.
Why? What is that supposed to mean, Stipe? Jeez.
Just joking. I'm just joking, brother.
Jeez. You were in New York for 205, right? Were you at the fight at MSG?
Yep. Yeah, yep. It was awesome.
And I'm told that you went around to some of the firehouses locally.
Yep.
What was that like for you?
It was great. I was doing a thing for the National Fallen Firefighter Foundation, and I just meet those guys, and those guys are animals. I mean, geez, how many calls they go on a day? It's pretty ridiculous. And I was just lucky to meet them and see what they do day to day, and it was amazing.
So for those that aren't in that industry, like, what's the difference between the amount of calls they take as opposed to someone who works at your fire department, like in terms of activity?
Night and day.
Like, are they taking double the amount of calls in a 24-hour period?
Oh yeah, I mean, they even work 24 hours. I think they work like 8 or 12 hours, and they switch every
Wow.
But they I had 50 calls in a time. I mean, it was crazy. It just listening to them, I just made me feel like I was a little boy.
Wow. Did you know that before meeting them?
No.
Oh, wow. And this group that you're talking about, you said it was the National Firefighters Association? Fallen Firefighters.
What's that?
What's the name of the group that you were representing?
National Fallen Firefighter Foundation.
And what do they do specifically?
What's that?
Like what's their
breaking up a little bit?
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What does that organization do for firefighters?
It's just a foundation. Helps out with the families of fallen and stuff like that.
Okay.
And stuff like that. And so I sold T-shirts, and every T-shirt that we sold, I was giving $8 away for all the years of bad service for every T-shirt I sold.
Okay, wow.
Give back to the foundation.
So you're a part of that group?
Yeah.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Are you one of the spokespersons or the faces of it because of who you are in the MMA world?
We'll see. All I cared about was just helping out and just doing a good part.
Great stuff. Love that.
Yeah.
And so to put a bow on everything, Stipe, and we do appreciate the time, is it fair to say that unless your contract changes that you're not that eager to fight?
No, listen, I love fighting, man. I'll fight anyone, but you got to make it right.
Okay, so you are going to sort of wait until they rectify it in your eyes.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, you'll see.
I'll see?
Yeah, you'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll play by ear.
You are confident, though, that things will be rectified?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. All right. Well, I wish you the best. Looking forward to your return.
Thank you.
And thank you for talking about it. And please treat Edwin with respect. He's a great guy, and we'll miss him dearly.
No problem, but I got you.
All right. Thank you, Stipe.
All right, brother.
All right. Stipe Miocic. How about that? Didn't expect that. Sometimes hard to get Stipe to open up, as you saw, but I mean, clearly a company guy, in my opinion. You try to get him to call out a fighter, ask for a fighter's have a say on or a take on the division. That's not happening. But so you can only, I mean, for me, it's telling because you can only imagine if he's going to even open up a little bit about the contract situation deep down privately, how he truly feels about it. To even get that felt significant. But back to the original point that sort of led to this, who is the number one contender in the UFC heavyweight division? I don't know. I mean, we all thought it was going to be the winner of Cain Verdum. That's not happening. Cain coming off the surgery, Verdum sort of waiting and seeing. We're told that they wanted to do the JDS fight at 207. They wanted to do it in Halifax after Stefan Struve fell off. That doesn't seem to be the case right now. So who is the number one contender in the heavyweight division? It's kind of open right now. I wouldn't be surprised if Cain or Verdum gets it and they just kind of, cut their losses. But what if this contract thing puts them on ice for longer than expected?